concentrators, CPAPs, masks, lift chairs, wheelchairs, scooters, hospital beds, supplies, and anything else you need. Get it when you need it. Check out LowryDrug.com or call 704-873-2247. Lowry Drug, your hometown source since 1959, across from Iredell Memorial Hospital. We are worth the drive. Come see us.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Welcome to Community Centered, a show that features people in the community doing good things. Now, here are your hosts, Debbie O'Handley and Margi Kyle.
Welcome, welcome. Hello, my friend. Here we are again. Another fabulous week has gone by, and we're back here live on the air.
I know. I love it.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Community centered. We are centered around our community doing good things, and we have an amazing guest today. I met the owner and founder what feels like 100 years ago, and she's done such significant things, and so has our guest. So I'm excited to talk to them.
Yes.
Have you been, excuse me, have you been following the monks that are walking for peace?
No.
There are about 8 to 10 monks that have left Texas and are walking from Texas to D.C. alongside the road, and they stop every now and then, and they've built up momentum. People are going to visit with them. They're handing them flowers. They have a dog that's walking with them. They'll sometimes stop and pray. And yesterday, they made it to South Carolina. And when they stopped on the side of the road, they released some doves. So it's been this amazing thing. Well, they are coming to Charlotte this week on Thursday. And so we're hoping to get some of the ladies from Hope House to go and just visit at their request.
Yeah.
They've actually asked to do it. So stay tuned. They have a whole Facebook page and a whole following. Reese is telling me we have a caller. Do you want to take that caller now? Or do you want to just keep sailing away here?
Is it Susan?
Hi, this is Susan.
Hey.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Margie?
Well, we're all doing very well. And Debbie and I are just going to talk for a few minutes. And when we come back to break, I'll introduce you, and away we go.
Okay, sounds great.
I'm glad you're with us.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, the Buddhists, they're just walking for peace, and it's a quiet little walk. And
You know, not Dove House, the camp for kids up at Lake Lure release a dove in all the name of all the children who
I bet
have
it's
passed
so
away.
Special.
Camp
so
Care.
Special.
And then they all sort of come back, and it just is the most healing
I bet.
for the kids and the parents.
I saw a video clip of it last night, and it was just like, it's just what we all need right
That's
now.
right.
Right? We all need to catch our breath. We all need to do a little collective aha, and having them do that such as a time as this, and then being able to come through Charlotte.
I love that.
And actually stopping, and they say when they stop, they will pray with you, or they will talk with you, or, worship in some kind of way. So I think it's just such an amazing opportunity for us to.
Well, I'm just hoping that this year is going to be a good year for many, many people.
I think it is going to be a good year. We talked last week
I know.
about 2025 being the year of the
The
snake.
snake, and that scared the heck out of me. No wonder it was a bad year.
Right. And I think collectively a lot of people said that. And this is the year of the horse. So people are charging ahead, new ideas, new inspiration.
Yeah.
Everything a horse represents is what we're charging ahead with here in 2026.
Yeah.
And stay tuned. We've got some ideas for this show. We're crafting something new. So I'll just leave you with that little tidbit. But how are you doing?
I'm okay.
You're looking fabulous in black and gold.
Thank you. Yeah.
As usual.
Trying to come together as a family and move on after
Yeah.
a very sad loss at Christmas time is never a good time, but there's never a good time.
I had a good friend of mine. She actually is in the North Mech Women's Club, and she always said to me, you always have to just, no matter how you're feeling, put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
Fake it. Just go out there and make yourself look good.
Yes.
And fake it. And I think that we need to give ourselves permission to do
That's
that
right.
more often,
Yeah.
right? Especially at our age. Because we look pretty fabulous. Don't you think?
For my age, I think
our
I
guest
do.
is shaking. She's giving us two thumbs up. Reese hasn't given us a thumbs up yet, though. Okay, there we go. We got the 2 thumbs up.
We got 2 from
Way
him.
to go, bud. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, today's guest.
Well, attitude is so important too.
And you know what? I think about that in representing the ladies at Hope House is like, being a role model and showing them what has to be done. Same thing with today's guest. I think she's a powerful, amazing
Absolutely.
person. And showing the women that she's working with what amazing looks like and giving them permission to be that despite their circumstances is a gift to be able to do that. So well done, ladies at the table. We're pretty fabulous.
And I think gratitude is my first and last word I always say every day because I am so grateful for
Me too.
everything I have had and I'm also now still receiving.
We talk about that every week about how this community, this Lake Norman community, is such a community of givers.
Yeah.
Spiritually, emotionally, financially, and that we're blessed to be doing this nonprofit thing in this area and have respect for the other nonprofits that, we all need each other at this table. And, some of my ladies have gone through the Answer Scholarship program. Some of them might have, been in the hospital and needed you. We all need each other.
That's right.
And we know how to play really nice together. And I think that we need to be a little louder about that because we need to show other people what we do and how we do it.
And I was so pleased to be able to call you yesterday and say, my son and his friend have a car full of I took what I could take that was new. And I said, the rest has to go to Debbie.
And I did a U-turn in the middle of the road, flew over to storage and met them and was able to distribute some of it last night. And, there's just something about seeing a 9-year-old who doesn't have anything crawl into a unicorn sleeping bag.
Oh, I bet that made your day.
And know that she's going to be safe tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was
And
sent
warm.
with love.
And
Yeah, it
warm.
was sent with love. So she was thrilled to get that. And she's got a little special attention. And so she feels really blessed. So thank you for that.
Oh,
and thank them. That was
I
really,
will.
That was really terrific. When I got a new car, I got a bigger car. My husband said, I know why you're doing this. I don't know what you're talking about because I just went to Whole Foods. They donate to us twice a month. And so I have 6 boxes of all kinds of things that we could talk about you taking some of those. So, this, again, a generous community.
Yes.
A loving community.
Very
a kind
much
community. We have to focus on that and not the other narrative that we keep hearing. Focus on the good and the
It
ripple
was funny.
effect.
We were having a little bit of a problem at our storage unit.
Ruh-roh.
And I decided I'm not going to complain to this guy. And I walked in and I said, I cannot tell you how much I've enjoyed working with you. We have 3 units here. Long story short, I said, I'm having a problem with the lock on the door. I can't get in. So that's a real problem. Is there any way you think you could try to fix it? He said, you are so nice. You're not mad at me.
I know.
I said, no. Do you know what? Within 20 minutes, he had the lock replaced and everything fixed. And he said, no, only that. I'm going to lower your rent. I love what you do.
Wow.
So, a little
Kindness
bit
matters.
of kindness goes a long way today.
Kindness matters, and you're going to be hearing about that in the next couple of weeks with this show. We are getting ready to go on break. We have to pay for this show somehow. So when we come back, we are going to be visiting with the rocking angel from Answer Scholarship, and she's going to tell us a little story about that. So hang on. We're coming back here shortly.
Spotlight and kindness, one story at a time. It's community-centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle, presented by the McIntosh Law Firm on WSIC.
Well, winter has surely returned, but we do get a little bit of a break as we go into the next couple of days after a cold start. We should easily make it into the upper 50s for our Tuesday afternoon. Cold again overnight near freezing, but back up near 60 by Wednesday. Then we cool it down again, likely staying in the 30s for Thursday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawFirm.com.
Looking for something to do close to home?
Here is your WSIC Community Calendar. Music lovers won't want to miss Songwriter Girl, the music of Carole King, on January 17th at 7 p.m. at the Charles Mack Citizen Center. Acclaimed singer-songwriter Kirsty Manna brings the timeless songs of Carole King to life in a performance inspired by the iconic Tapestry era. It's a must-see night of classic hits and unforgettable melodies. Songwriter Girl, the music of Carole King, on January 17th at 7 p.m. at the Charles Mack Citizen Center.
Calling all superheroes on January 15th. It's Marvel Trivia Night at Royal Bliss Brewing in Denver, starting at 7 p.m. Bring your team and test your knowledge of iconic heroes, villains, and unforgettable MCU moments. It's free to play, prizes are up for grabs, and the fun is guaranteed. Assemble on January 15th at Marvel Trivia Night at Royal Bliss Brewing in Denver.
And finally, on January 19th, honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a meaningful, cross-generational experience at the David B. Waymer Recreation Center in Huntersville. From 3 to 5 p.m., explore a mobile museum featuring African-American artifacts and civil rights memorabilia from the Thankful Heritage Museum. A time to learn, reflect, and connect through history. Honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., January 19th, 3 to 5 p.m. at the David B. Waymer Recreation Center in Huntersville.
For even more local events,
community happenings,
and Lake Norman news,
visit liveworkplaylkn.com.
It's your go-to source for what's happening,
where to be,
and what's next around the lake.
Live,
work,
play,
LKN.com.
Real people making a real impact. The McIntosh Law Firm brings you community-centered, right here on WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back. When I first heard about this nonprofit, Answer Scholarships, I thought, I have to know more. I know as a woman, I had 2 careers, and I went back to school, and I studied with my kids, and it was fun. Mm-hmm. You know, the kids could say, Mommy, do you have homework tonight? And I'd say, yeah, I do. And, but I want to, and Susan has joined us. Susan, you're the executive director, and Martha Honeycutt, you are the mentor for moms. And I'd like to start with Susan. What made you get started with Answer Scholarship?
I would say it was a long journey in the making. From the time I was a little bitty thing, probably 3 or 4 years old.
Oh my gosh!
I knew I was going to go to college. That's what was talked about in my home. And at the time, I didn't know my father was the first in his family to go to college and to earn a degree. And so that was important in my family growing up. He always talked about college. But sadly, when it came time for me to graduate from high school, my parents had divorced, and there was no money to send me, but it had already been instilled in me that I was going to go to college. I just needed to figure out how to pay for it.
Right.
And I was very lucky when a local organization came along right before I graduated from high school and offered me a 4-year partial scholarship to UNC Charlotte. And it was 1/3 of my tuition. It was money I didn't have to pay back in student loans. And from the moment I started paying back my student loans for the next 10 years after I graduated, I said to myself, one day, I'm going to pay this forward because it meant so much to me that I had received this scholarship. And I wanted to pay it forward, but I didn't know what it was going to look like. And I went on to to work in banking. I later went on to have a very successful career with Mary Kay Cosmetics, driving pink cars and the Cadillacs, and had a great career. But along the way, I worked with a lot of women in the community, and I saw what happened when women didn't have an education. They were worked with a lot of single moms, and they were raising their kids, and they were struggling. And I also worked with a lot of moms that were married that were struggling as well.
That's right.
And I just had this epiphany one day sitting in my car that, you know what, it's time to give back. And that was long after I graduated from college, had 2 children that were nearly in middle school and high school. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to make good on my promise, and I want to start a scholarship program to help 2 or 3 women. And that's how it all started.
Good heavens. And look at where you are now. Now, Martha, what got you started?
Well, I was the president of North Mecklenburg Women's Club for 2 years.
Okay.
So we have, for a long time, supported Answer. And Susan would come to me and say, I want you to be a mentor. Or, really, can you be a mentor? And I said, I can't right now. I've got to focus on this wonderful women's club. And so, maybe when I stepped down. And so after 2 years, I stepped down, and she said, oh, I don't want you to be a mentor anymore. I want you to be the Mentors for Mom director.
Oh.
And, I did not hesitate.
Good.
She's like, you can talk it over with your husband. And I'm like, I did, just to be, polite. And and it was for me.
How
And
could
also,
he argue with that?
Well, I know. And then it just all clicked because my mother was a coal miner's daughter who education was never thought of. She ended up going to school at NYU in clerical school, but she always said to all of us, you are going to college, you're going to college, you're going to go to college, I want to go to college. She ended up going to University of Michigan in her 70s.
God love her.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And doing
That's
paper.
impressive.
It was like, I couldn't believe it. So she did that. She did, I think it was 2 years, and then she got an honorary degree. But to me, that is something that, and I was with Ford Motor Company, and we had something called Going to College. We would mentor women from the homeless shelter.
Yes.
And we would go to the University of Michigan in Dearborn and go to class with them and show them how to fill out a FAFSA and an application. So it's all that experience that I have has clicked. And I also did not go right to college immediately. I went out and felt like I had to go skiing, and all my friends went to college, and I was DJing, right? But so I was non-traditional. So I came back later. I ended up graduating from the University of Michigan. So I also have this feeling like our mom. So I'm energized every day.
Yeah.
I love what I do.
And it's relatable for you too.
Yes.
Because you were once that mom,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
amazing, Martha.
Yeah.
You and Susan have gosh, I can't imagine how many women's lives you've touched.
That's right. And children's too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that ripple effect.
I know.
Right, the
There's
ripple
that word
effect.
again. How we can make that happen. But I mean, seriously, how do you know how many women?
157, Susan, is that correct?
Yep, thereabouts. I know it's over 150 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. And then times that by an average of 2 kids or more. I mean, that's at least 300 and something kids.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Inspired. And the best part is we interview the scholars every year, and they say that their kids' grades have improved and their
Right.
behavior has improved since mom started school.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Well, to your
me.
point, Margie, right? You said your kids asked you, "Did you have homework, Mom? Let's do
Yeah.
it together." What
Yeah.
a great role model that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible. And I know I've known Susan for a long time, but this is the 20th anniversary.
Yes.
Happy anniversary! How
Oh.
beautiful is that?
Susan, way to go. I know we talked about it, and Susan's got all these great plans for the year and everything. I think it's going to be such a great celebration. We are rebranding. We've got a new logo.
Okay.
We're going to reach $1 million of money that we're giving away this year when we have more scholars that we're going to choose in April. Susan, did you want to say anything else about your 20th year?
Well, it really is an exciting time, just as Martha said. We've changed up a lot, and we hope to reach between 25 to 30 women. We've all of our programs we've worked really hard to improve them and take them to the new levels, and it's just really an exciting year. We've got new board members that have come on, and we've got great expectations for the work that we're going to be doing. Well, it started January 1st, so it is we have a big kickoff party celebration on the 20th of January to get ready for the May luncheon, which will be a huge celebration for our 20th year. It's just hard to believe that 20 years has passed so quickly.
Reese, can you put that first picture up, please?
All from one dream that you
That's
had
right.
about what you could do for other people. It's mind-boggling to me.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
Oh, goodness.
So that is the class. This is our 25-26 class. And these are women that some of them actually have graduated in December. Some are graduating in May, and some are going to be continuing on. Wow. I look at that picture a lot, and I know each one of their stories.
Yeah.
And all I do when I look there is I think strength. I think perseverance. I look at when you talk about, gratitude.
Yeah.
And what they just are,
They look
just
fulfilled
impress
and
me.
happy.
And they impress me every day what they're doing, going to school full time, meeting with their mentor, coming to our workshops that we have one Saturday a month, working, taking care of kids. They're balancing it all. And it is just, every one of them, amazing. I mean, I could just go right down the line, tell you every story.
They look like they're so proud.
They
too.
are
It's
proud.
a beautiful, beautiful picture.
It is a great picture. It really is.
So how does someone become a scholar?
Yeah.
Well, our application is currently open, and it will be open until February 28th. And you just go on to answerscholarship.org and how to apply. And it has all the information of all of our criteria, and how to apply, where to apply to. And we are so excited. We will go through each one. And we will application, and then we're going to be interviewing in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
3 days.
Do they have to live in Mecklenburg County?
They have to live in Mecklenburg and the surrounding counties.
Okay.
So there's probably 12 counties altogether.
Okay.
The reason why they have to reside in Mecklenburg and the surrounding counties is because they have to meet with a mentor. So
That's
it would be,
right.
if they're on the other side of the state, it would be hard to do that. Also, we have professional and personal development workshops one Saturday a month at Central Piedmont. And so they have to come. So we asking them to come 2-3 hours away. Now, the great thing is that this year we have opened it up because online studying is becoming really big. So we are now taking any North and South Carolina school that is accredited and nonprofit.
Oh, fabulous. Well, here's that break.
You have changed lives.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to take a break again for our sponsorship. We are so excited to hear more about Answer Scholarship when we come back from our break, because you guys are doing amazing work in our community, and I'm so impressed. And that is a powerful picture of those women sitting there, because I can probably relate to some of their stories as well. And
of course,
what resiliency.
Yeah.
What it takes to be sitting there. So God bless.
And I
That's
look up
amazing.
at that picture, and it's like, I got teary-eyed.
Yeah, you
I
did.
really, no one could see me, but I was like, I
The
started crying.
strength and
We
the
made the rocking
energy that
angel
comes
cry.
We
from
made me
that.
cry.
Yeah.
We made the rocking angel cry. That's going to be our legacy, Margie. We'll be back shortly.
Spotlight and kindness, one story at a time. It's community centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle, presented by the Macintosh Law Firm on WSIC.
Well, winter has surely returned, but we do get a little bit of a break as we go into the next couple of days after a cold start. We should easily make it into the upper 50s for our Tuesday afternoon. Cold again overnight near freezing, but back up near 60 by Wednesday. Then we cool it down again, likely staying in the 30s for Thursday. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Do you have mountains of mess and cabinets of chaos? Summon the Royal Cleanup Crew at Crown Waste and Recycling, Lake Norman's crown jewel of cleaner and greener, offering commercial and residential services. Affordable, reliable, with state-of-the-art equipment 365 days a year. Call 704-222-2639 today.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Reimagining care, restoring trust. Discover One Health, where our mission is creating the healthcare we all deserve. One Health provides comprehensive primary care and OBGYN services across the Lake Norman area. Visit our website at onehealthmpc.com to read our story and find a provider.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering how to make your money work for you instead of worrying it won't? Find out more by listening to Live in Large Radio with Mark Henry of Alloy Wealth Management, Saturday mornings at 11 and Sundays at 5 on WSIC. Local starts here.
Family-focused, customer-centered. At O'Brien Home Loans, we believe every customer deserves the best care when buying or refinancing the home of their dreams. We're family-owned, built on values that put you first. From first homes to debt consolidation and self-employed loans, we've got the experience and the heart to guide you through. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Visit O'BrienHomeLoans.com for your free quote today.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The consumer price report for December is out, one of the last big indicators before the Fed rate decision later this month. Inflation rose less than Wall Street expected in December. The core consumer price index, which excludes food and energy, rose 2.6%. That's a four-year low. There was a notable 1.1% decrease in prices for used cars and trucks. And grocery prices rose 0.7%. That's the biggest gain since 2022. President Trump says that starting today, the U.S. is imposing a 25% tariff on goods coming into the U.S. from countries that continue to do business with Iran, despite the possibility of that derailing his one-year trade truce with China, the world's top buyer of Iranian oil. Meanwhile, oil has climbed to a two-month high after Trump amped up rhetoric over Iran, heightening investor concerns about supply disruptions in OPEC's fourth biggest producer. West Texas Intermediate futures rose by as much as 3.2%, reaching the highest level since early November. Erica Herskowitz, Bloomberg Radio.
Don't miss a thing. Download the WSIC News app today. WSIC. Local starts here.
Shining a light on who's making a difference. It's Community Centered, hosted by Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC. Local starts here.
You're listening to Community Centered with Margi Kyle and Debbie. I almost called you Margi O'Hanley and Debbie Kyle. Like, what was I thinking? But we have the fabulous Martha Honeycutt with us from
I have
Answer
many
Scholarship.
personalities.
You could be that. And I hope Susan is still hanging around on the phone because we're learning so much about Answer and the amazing work that they've done. We've got some pictures that we want to share. This is a happy group of incredible women. What's going on here, Martha?
So this is at our fall festival, and Susan's right there in the middle, and I think I'm in the back. Yeah, that's me. And what that is our fall festival obviously is raise money, but it's also designed, as I feel, kind of a meet and greet for donors to meet in a casual atmosphere, our scholars. So we ask them to wear their T-shirts, and then they bring their children.
Oh, what
so fun. And it's free to them, and of course it is at Susan, what's the name of the place that we have them?
Noble Smoke.
Yeah, Noble Smoke.
Okay.
So the food's fabulous. We always have outdoor games, things for the kids, face painting. So the energy is up. And it's just a lot of fun. So we always get pictures, and there's Olga there in the middle. Olga is she was adopted from Belarus. She's the one with the black heart sunglasses. She just graduated.
Wow.
Adopted, I think she was 8. She came from.
Amazing.
Yeah. And so you just look at all of them, and like, you know what they're doing right now? They're going to school, they're raising kids, they're working, they've got tests and exams, they're pressure with finances. And do they look like it?
Happy?
Don't
Aren't
they look happy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's look at the next one. Reese. Oh my gosh.
Love this one. I mean, I love this one. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, see, these are graduates that were, I think this is about 4 or 5 years ago. Susan,
She's jumping up
can
that
you
high
see
with
these
heels on?
pictures,
I'd
Susan?
kill myself.
Which one are you looking
This
at?
is the one when they graduate and they're walking on Tryon and they're jumping in the air.
Oh, that was
I think it says class of 2023.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
103. Yep, that was it.
And oh my gosh, that was so awesome. Oh, I miss those ladies, especially when you have the workshops that we have on Saturdays. And we talk about a lot of subjects, professional and personal development. And I really miss, I miss their personalities. And, but they come back, which is really wonderful too, is they come back to help us. They mentor and all. It's great.
So Reese, can we see the next one? There we go.
And that is our graduates, a few of them, but that was at our event at Carmel Country Club. And we always get pictures of the graduates.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the next one.
Okay, that's back at the Noble Smoke. They're a little bit less, they look a little more contained there.
Oh,
and there's
cute.
Olga. Yeah. Appalachian State University in Hickory. She graduated, and that's her son.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All of those pictures, they all look happy.
Yeah.
They are.
Everybody does.
They're so proud.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And with just think what they got going on. I mean, I just
sure.
think about like what I got to do during the day.
Yeah.
And so that's why we spend time a lot of time with what we call time management, but just, managing your time and what's the best thing, what are priorities, what can you do, maybe put that off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And moms are getting really good at that. We work really hard on letting some things go. Okay, so maybe your bed's not made every day. Maybe the kitchen sink's a little
Doesn't
dirty.
matter.
It doesn't matter. And what matters is your kids and you and your studying, and just knock it out. And
Now, I know you're big in mentoring, and I have
Yes.
had many, many children over the years.
Mhm.
When they come to you and tell you they want a scholarship to become, I don't know, a lawyer, doctor, whatever, do you try to research people in that industry that they could talk
Yeah.
to?
So how do you become a mentor?
Yeah, because I would love to do that.
Yeah, so what we do is we are always interviewing mentors.
Okay.
And it starts with a phone call with me.
Okay.
And it's about 45 minutes, and I try to talk you out of it. And the reason why I do that is I give you the truth. And the truth is that you have to learn to come alongside be a good listener. You have tons of gifts and talents, the both of you, but they may not be used immediately. It's more about developing this relationship. We have leaders of banks, we have tons of nurses,
okay.
HR, all of that. So it would start with an interview with me. If we both feel like we want to move forward, they fill out an application. We do a volunteer background check, and then they become approved. They're not assigned yet.
Okay.
And then usually in May or beginning of June, we get together, we look at the available scholars we have, what they're studying, and we look at available mentors and what maybe what their background is. We don't necessarily match every time based on study, although nursing, we do try to pair them with nurses.
Right.
But the other
And
ones
what
is
are
like
some other ways people can volunteer if they want to volunteer?
public speaking. Come and take your gifts and talents and share with us with the mothers. Come and do a presentation.
Okay.
We come up with a theme every year. Our theme this year is the power within. And so we've done workshops all on this 2 weeks. We're doing I am financially power within. I am financially fit. And so it's all about empowering yourself to be the best that you can be.
I just think that's
Great.
fabulous.
Yeah, so that's definitely help. I
Okay.
mean, obviously that is a big, big thing. So mentoring and coming and speaking,
Yeah.
obviously donoring, helping at our events.
Okay.
So if someone's listening and they're interested in becoming a mentor,
Mhm.
how would they go about doing that?
Go onto our website and it'll say contact us, and it's info, I think, at answerscholarship.org. And Susan will get that email and she'll forward it to me. And I will talk with the individual for 45 minutes, give them the real truth about the commitment. You have to come to the workshops.
The keeper of the answers.
That's right. but you know what? I think most of the mentors are like, thank you for being truthful.
yeah.
And so they have to be there on Saturdays at these workshops because these workshops are designed with the scholar and mentor in mind.
Okay.
We do a lot of, okay, go talk to your mentor about this. What kind of a mom am I? What works, what doesn't? So it's very much designed for interaction. In addition, we have in our workshops, we do a support group. So the scholars have their own support group where they get together for about an hour and a half. Hey, what's going on? They're all going through the same thing
That's
together.
right. They are.
And then the mentors have their support group. And so they talk about, hey, how can I encourage my scholar better? What have you run into? That kind of thing.
This is fun.
You've thought of it all.
Yeah.
We have.
You really have.
Oh my gosh, don't even mention that we're partnered with your organization, Hope House.
Our women are just trying to survive. They're
Yes.
just trying to catch their breath,
But-
for sure. But the new program, they would probably be really good for that.
They probably would, and that they know that once they get out of where they're at, they can then know that a college education is possible.
In fact, my mom in my Hope Works program is in school, so we're going to have a
Oh, we
conversation.
have to have a
with her.
conversation
Yeah, we will.
because I just saw your face.
I just went.
Her face
"Wait a
went
minute."
bing.
She's in
There was like a light
school.
bulb above her head. It was so funny.
It finally went off. That was
But
crazy.
we're partnered with over 60 nonprofits and individuals and organizations. So if our moms run into
I love it.
issues,
Yeah.
we're there to help them with that too.
Good.
So you build up a resource for them as
Totally.
well, right? So if they needed the food pantry,
Yes.
or they needed something like that.
Yeah, a lawyer.
Fabulous.
Mhm. Mental health counseling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, where was this when I was going
I
to
know.
school?
I just think this
know.
is fabulous.
Now, are
Fabulous.
you in other states, other cities? Would you like to be?
Yes, we are not in other states. Susan knows that I have a dream someday of hopefully taking this and franchising it and
Okay.
going to maybe Raleigh area. I mean, we have the whole package
I think
already.
you should. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've done all the
You have
homework.
the secret sauce.
Yes, you do.
We
Yeah.
do. And so it just obviously funding is an issue, but Margie, you've done that. You franchise with
Yeah.
your organization.
Yeah.
So if that is something that we want to do in the future, it would be great to talk with
Yeah.
you about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy to help.
Incredible. Well, again, here we
Anyway.
are at break time, flying
Flying by.
through this show. I think you're a two-parter. That's what we're going to call you, Martha.
Well, we'll have to have you back. 'cause
Yeah,
this
for
is-
sure. Well, when we come back, we're talking with Martha Honeycutt and Susan Andersen with Answer Scholarship. We'll be right back here shortly on Community Centered.
Good news lives here. It's community centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, winter has surely returned, but we do get a little bit of a break as we go into the next couple of days. After a cold start, we should easily make it into the upper 50s for our Tuesday afternoon. Cold again overnight near freezing, but back up near 60 by Wednesday. Then we cool it down again, likely staying in the 30s for Thursday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Looking for something to do close to home?
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Music lovers won't want to miss Songwriter Girl, the music of Carole King, on January 17th at 7 p.m. at the Charles Mack Citizen Center. Acclaimed singer-songwriter Kirsty Manna brings the timeless songs of Carole King to life in a performance inspired by the iconic Tapestry era. It's a must-see night of classic hits and unforgettable melodies. Songwriter Girl, the music of Carole King, on January 17th at 7 p.m. at the Charles Mack Citizen Center.
Calling all superheroes on January 15th. It's Marvel Trivia Night at Royal Bliss Brewing in Denver, starting at 7 p.m. Bring your team and test your knowledge of iconic heroes, villains, and unforgettable MCU moments. It's free to play, prizes are up for grabs, and the fun is guaranteed. Assemble on January 15th at Marvel Trivia Night at Royal Bliss Brewing in Denver.
And finally, on January 19th, honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a meaningful, cross-generational experience at the David B. Waymer Recreation Center in Huntersville. From 3 to 5 p.m., explore a mobile museum featuring African American artifacts and civil rights memorabilia from the Thankful Heritage Museum. A time to learn, reflect, and connect through history. Honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., January 19th, 3 to 5 p.m. at the David B. Waymer Recreation Center in Huntersville.
For even more local events,
Community happenings,
and Lake Norman news,
visit liveworkplaylkn.com.
it's your go-to source for what's happening,
Where to be,
and what's next around the lake.
live,
Work,
play,
LKN.com.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawFirm.com.
Shining a light on who's making a difference. It's community centered, hosted by Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC. Local starts here.
Local is starting here. I'm with Debbie, Martha, and Susan. And I just want to say to any woman out there, if you have a dream, make it happen. Because there are answers, there is help, and for you to sit with a dream that could be accomplished is a very sad loss.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to Answer Scholarship. I believe in it so strongly.
Susan, you are really, truly the dream maker for so many of these moms and their children, too. What brings you hope?
What brings me hope is seeing these women accomplish their dreams of earning a degree and seeing the children and the things that the children decide to go on and do. And as Martha alluded to earlier, they get better grades, they do better in school, and seeing that these children now have a dream that they too can go to college one day. That mom sets that expectation. And before mom went to college, many of these children may have never had that dream that they too could go to school and earn a degree.
Yeah. What would you say to a woman who might be listening who has a dream like you did and doesn't know where to begin or how to start something as magnificent as you have that has just rippled effect into our community? What motivated you, or how did you do that? I mean, there's a dream and then there's the follow through on the dream. How did you do that?
I would say it was a calling. And, I had made this vow as a young college graduate that one day I wanted to pay it forward. And, you get busy with life. But, one day there was I call it that still small voice that spoke to me and said, it's time. It's time to carry through on this thing that you have vowed since you graduated from college that you were going to do. And so it was like an aha moment and a big smile on my face. And I thought, well, okay, I want to start
Open a smile.
I at the time I wanted to start a nonprofit, but I spoke with my accountant and she said, oh, no, we'll take you down to Foundation for the Carolinas and we'll start an endowment, a permanent piece where the money will live on forever. So I thought, well, that's good. It was simple and made it easy. And so that's how we got started with just that dream. But then, our plans don't always go as we anticipate. And then we had the crisis of 08, 09, and I saw the endowment tank 35%, and there was my dream. And then, we live in an area, and I said, well, all I need is a grant writer and a website. And from there, we've grown. We were originally just a fund under Foundation for the Carolinas, but in 2016, we went on to pursue our 501c3 and became a full-fledged nonprofit. And so that gave us ability to grow even further and do more than being just an endowment. So it just one thing leads to another. And I will always tell people it's like when you decide to paint your living room, before you're done, you have changed out carpet, furniture, lamps, and it's even extended into other parts of your house. And my dream of helping 3 to 4 women a year has turned into a full-fledged opportunity to help 25 to 30 women a year. And as Martha has said, with Mentors for Mom program, professional development, our community partners. This was just a thing there was no mentors program, no mentoring when we first started. And so it has evolved over time. We have been so lucky to have had some great volunteers come alongside and
you've had some really great dreams.
Where did you come up with the name Answer Scholarship?
So when I said earlier, when I had this idea, I thought, well, all I need to do is I'll go talk to my CPA and she'll, have some ideas of how to start this nonprofit. So when we went down to Foundation for the Carolinas, they said, well, what are you going to call this? And I said, well, probably the Andersen Foundation. And then I was given advice that you shouldn't start a foundation with your founder's name. So we came up, this woman was a very, very bright young lady, and she said, well, you know what? We're going to come up with ANSWER, and ANSWER stands for the Andersen Non-Traditional Scholarship for Women's Education and Retraining. It is an acronym, and that is why it's all caps. But it's too long to say the name of the organization, so we shortened it to ANSWER. And that's how we came up with it. It was, to leave the Andersen, out of the big title. It's in there, but.
Well, and you do have the answer because you've built community within. It's not just the scholarship and the money. It's about community, and it's about fellowship, and it's about giving these women the resiliency and the support that they need to be scholars and to change their life and the trajectory of their children's life. So that, to me, answer is such a great word because it really embodies what exactly you are doing and adding in the sweet cherry on top with Mentors for Mom. I mean, we talked about this morning in our staff meeting. We're the people that are following me around in my life that are supporting me and telling me how I'm doing a good job too, right? So I think it's just so brilliant that they would receive a mentor to tell them that they can do this. So thank you.
Are there any degrees that you don't fund?
When it comes to, we will fund any 4-year degree. And then also, I did want to clarify, we are in South Carolina. We're mainly in North Carolina, but we do fund in South Carolina. But the only, and then when it comes to the community colleges, we fund nursing only for the community colleges, except for Central Piedmont. We do have a few more degrees, and they are listed on our website because it's several. But it's mainly nursing is with the community colleges what we serve. But any 4-year institution, they can go after the degree of their choice.
Do you see a trend in degrees?
We do.
That's a good question.
A lot of people think that Answer is just supporting nurses, and because I think nearly half of our scholars this year are in nursing.
Yeah, 11.
And 11. And so nearly half. Yep. And so that is the biggest trend, but we support them all. We have them in, computer engineering,
social work,
education, social work, human resources, public health, pre-law, biology, business, but mainly you'll look at it and it seems to be mainly nurses. And I don't know if that's just a trend or something that will always be.
Okay, and then the other thing is the school age child, right? So you have to, in order to qualify, you have to have a child who is school age.
Yeah, pre-K through 12th grade.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we saw a big trend in Hope House post-COVID of moms with infants. So we weren't able to really make a connection, but we're starting to see a different trend now with older children. So I don't know what that means, but that's just kind of what we're experiencing. So, well, that's fabulous. I know we had one mom at Hope House who, she was with us for 2 years, and she became a nurse, and the tears and the sleepless nights and the, you can do this, celebrating with her. And she walked out as a nurse and got a job at the Sanger Heart Clinic making billions of dollars.
That's
so I'm like, from
great.
Homeless to something like that it's possible.
Yeah.
So anybody who's listening, who's saying, oh, this can't be me, it's not possible, I'm not school material, please get in touch with Martha or Susan on the website and let them let Martha convince you you're not, okay?
Yes.
Because I think she does a pretty good job with that, you never know if you don't try.
What a gift.
You got to try, right?
Yes.
Well, that's the thing is I think some of the women are like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if they're afraid to do it because they have so many other things going on. And what if this happens? What if this happens? And see, we are the complete package. So if you financially have issues, we have the resources. We have housing. We have a lot of things. We even have Christmas support and holiday support and school books and counseling. And so they're really stressed. They can go to free counseling. So it's almost like you can't lose.
Yeah, no, you can't.
You can't lose. You just have to just make that decision, and once you do, we're there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think one year you all wrote encouraging notes to the ladies at the Hope House.
We did.
Which was really a lovely thing. I think we still have some that are hanging around that I might share tonight when I'm there, because it's important work for these women to not think that they're alone.
Yeah,
and
that's
that,
right.
Being able to have folks like yourself at Answers that can stand with them.
Yeah.
Right? When it does get tough is really important to know.
That's a good point that our mothers all say, is that here they are in class at UNC Charlotte, and the people sitting next to them probably partied last night, and they're 19, 20, 21, and here she is 45, 50 with 3 kids at home. She can't relate. And so that's why we have that support group where the moms get together once a month, and it's just them, and they can talk. because in class that most of people are younger
That's right.
and
That's
don't
right.
have kids, and
Right.
don't have responsibilities.
Martha, before we close, and this has been just fabulous, give that website one more time for our
Yes,
listeners.
www.answerscholarship.org.
And the application is now open
till February 28th.
So don't delay.
Don't delay.
Get it in.
Get
and
it in.
Make sure that you are applying and getting yourself some answers. You've been fabulous. Susan, thank you so much for what you've done and what you're doing and for being here today. This has been a terrific show.
Is.
We hope that our listeners have enjoyed listening to us here on Community Centered, and we've been sharing with Answer Scholarship and the Rockin' Angel. Stay tuned. There's more to that story. We might have to have a whole show on the Rockin' Angel.
That would be fun.
But thank you again for
Thank
everything
you.
that you both do and for being a guest here on Community Centered. We will see you next week.
Thank you
Have
again.
a great week, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.